They released some new trailers, and I didn't like them.
So this one is from a while ago, right? That he picked up the shotgun, I think, and that there's an inventory system a la the old Resident Evils. Am I correct in this, or?
You are in fact wrong.
Oh, really? So, oh my.
Oh my, indeed. There's two new teasers were released.
Oh, okay.
And they show, what do they show? They show you a creepy little Aunt Rhodey, as she's known.
Mm-hmm.
Who sits in a wheelchair and you know, acting creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another teaser called Shadow. And what happens there is you have an enemy actually. Yay! And you shoot him.
Oh my!
Yay! There's guns.
Yay!
Good times.
We already knew the last part, but okay.
Yeah, but you know, you see him shooting a gun at an enemy, and that's it.
Yeah,
Looks sort of creepy, but yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. It's dark. And that's it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for this game, the feeling I get with it is if you want a semi-guided tour through a haunted house that is potentially quite creepy, then by all means have fun with it. But that's not what I've come to expect of Resident Evil, and that's not the Resident Evil gameplay that I enjoy.
Well, I think we already talked about this a little bit. I mean,
you're not a big fan either way, right?
Yeah. So for me, it's one.
It doesn't matter which way it goes for you, right?
I applaud them for trying something completely different, or completely by their standards, something completely different with a established franchise. It's just it just isn't creepy, however. So they're trying to do creepy and scary, but it falls flat. And that's where I sort of have like, oh, come on, Capcom.
You think?
I mean,
because I one thing I will say is that when I see the Shadow trailer, if this is a 20-second clip, but if I'm playing this in a dark room and you have this guy slowly creeping towards you, I definitely see that being pretty scary.
Yeah, sure, but it's not a creepy trailer. And there you have the problem that this is meant to excite somebody for what the game has in store and what it will have to offer when it gets released. It doesn't do those things.
So where's the problem for you?
That every time what I see of it and what I play of it is just not creepy. And compared to the PT demo, which I played, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that had a genuine feeling of dread just the moment you wake up, and it just kept up by, I don't know, was it the dosing of the creepy stuff? You know, there would be some sort of trigger happening just frequently enough to keep you on your toes.
Or sometimes that you triggered something and you didn't know what, and something suddenly happened quite differently than you would thought it would go, and then bam, you had the woman standing in front of you or something like that. And I mean, PT is a brilliant marketing on itself. Resident Evil 7 is not really. And just the sense of dread and the sense of scariness that wasn't there in the demo. And that coupled to the
kitchen
YouTube
demo you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Because it was not... Did you think it was scary?
Well, when I started out, I didn't know anything about it. I deliberately... I heard during the E3 presentation that it was going to be out, and I thought, hell yes, I'm going to get this when I get home. So I did, and I thought, oh, this is going to scare the shit out of me. But, so that's sort of the idea that I took into it. And then I started, and I was scared for a little while because I thought something is going to happen. But then just nothing happened for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then, you exit. You're just... I personally, I was looking around way too long for the next thing on my list, to the point that, none of the random things that happened in PT happened either. Just sort of the time-triggered things.
True.
That made that so suspenseful. They didn't happen here. So you're just waiting the game is just waiting for you to pick something up or just to activate a new trigger before anything progresses.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a random noise here and there, but
that's about
nothing.
it.
You find out pretty quickly that nothing's gonna happen unless you specifically trigger it. So that gives you, I'd say, too much agency in when the actual creepy stuff is gonna happen, so that it's not, it doesn't scare you. It doesn't keep you on your toes.
Yep. No, definitely true. So
did you see the footage? Did you see the footage of the lantern demo?
Yeah, there was a lot of hiding and sneaking and standing behind stuff.
Yep.
And the old lady that just doesn't see you, even though you're standing right in front of her.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you probably Master Spy. I don't know who, but whatever. Yeah. It's just. Yeah. That trailer also fell flat to me. I'm just not feeling it for Resident Evil 7, which is a pity because I do applaud them for trying something different.
But that's also the point for me, is that they are trying something different compared to previous Resident Evils. But it feels like such a reactionary game to me, where they
because of Outlast, right?
Outlast, yeah. The Lantern demo specifically, just hiding from enemies is something that Outlast did. That was pretty much the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. But so, yeah, the Lantern demo really reminded me too much of Outlast.
Yeah.
The setting itself reminds me too much of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, especially the dinner scene, which is, it's pretty much taken straight out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I imagine that if you didn't see that movie, this might feel, creepy in some respect, but that stuff turns me off. You can obviously see the influence. And it's not even an influence; it's just copying.
Yeah, and that's just sad.
Yeah, that and the gameplay itself to me does not seem interesting. That Outlast gameplay, I enjoyed Outlast, but after a while, you get what's going on, and if the enemy catches you, it's just a game over screen. You start back at the checkpoint, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, that's not fun.
Yeah, those games, they walk a very delicate balance, I think, because if you don't die and you sort of barely get through a section of the game without dying, but just getting close enough to really feel the tension, then they feel great. And but once you die, and now I have to try over again, and you do exactly the same thing because it's a scripted experience. You do exactly the same thing, so the tension is mostly gone already.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's sort of, you're taken out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas, for example, Resident Evil 4, it has enemy encounters, and you are pretty free to... you have to kill all enemies before you can proceed, but you are free to move around, and enemies of different behavior, so they might come up from behind you. Every encounter is slightly different, basically.
Plus, also, if you do something wrong, you're not immediately... you don't immediately get the game over screen. It's just like, okay, you did something wrong, but you still have the ability to finish that section that you're now in.
Yeah, no one-hit kills, indeed.
Bingo.
That's a big part of it, too.
Yeah.
And even if you die, if the gameplay is fun, there's a good chance that you won't mind.
Yeah.
I'm playing Doom now, but if I die, I'd rather not have died, maybe, but I don't really care because the gameplay is fun.
Yeah, no, I completely get your feeling there.
So that's my biggest gripe with Resident Evil 7. I don't want a scripted guided tour through a haunted house.
Yeah. No, that's complete. Yeah, no, I can completely get where you're getting from. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's not really promising.
To me it doesn't look promising. We haven't seen that much of the combat, and there is a demo coming in the near future, I think.
By the way, did they ever tell you what the other 9 endings were?
Of the demo, you mean? The kitchen demo?
Yeah, there were different endings to that demo, but only 6 or 7 or something. God, were found or something like that.
I imagine you end up with, the finger stuck in a different orifice in every ending.
I will now try it in my ear.
That's Resident Evil 7 for you. We are not too hopeful. I hope it turns out well. I hope we get some good gunplay in the demo. That would really do a lot to sort of reinvigorate my confidence in the game.
I got a bet for you. I bet you that what's the other guy called again? The Panda will get it day one.
Crash! Oh, we're talking about actual people on this show. Panda? Yeah, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he has to, right? Or, well, at least his wife has to, because...
Oh, yeah, that's very true. And then he'll piggyback on that, so lucky him.
Trophy husband, son of a bitch. Yeah, we'll talk more about Resident Evil in the future, so...
Most definitely.